Honourable members,
let's pray. And goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and county assemblies for prosperity and welfare of our county. Clerk, take us through the order of the day.
Supplementary order paper number 123B of today, Wednesday, 25th October 2023 at 2:30 p.m. Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, I want to bring to your attention a memo from the Director Human Resource and Administration, Madam Lynette, to all members of the County Assembly, the County Assembly Service Board, all members of staff, and all ward staff, on submission of every 2-year declaration of income, assets, and liabilities, 2023. I want to request you to comply with the same, and to bring to your attention that this year's declaration will commence on 1st November 2023 and close on 31st December 2023. So you can liaise with the Human Resource Department to get the forms for the same. Honorable members, may also bring to your attention that with us in the gallery is Sigeria Secondary School in Migori County, Rongo Sub-County, who are accompanied by their teacher, Mr. Omondi Masawa, and Omiti Merea. Feel welcomed. I hope you may be taken. If not, I think they will do so. Who is coming next to Migori County? Oh, Honorable James Omolo, MCA West Chakach. I'm also seeing a lady from Migori. I mean, I'll give you. Let me start with Honorable James Omolo, or we start with the lady from Migori. Honorable Mickey.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to welcome these are students or pupils? Students from Migori County. I myself come from Migori County, so it's a pleasure to have you in this house, and feel most welcome. Thank you.
James Omolo, you know you are the ward bordering Bay, so from our Bay you go to Migori.
South Nyanza, from Nyakwere all the way to Migori County. Students, we welcome you here, and it's a pleasure to have you today. Mr. Speaker, this is a session where the learners also get a glimpse of what is happening in the County Assembly and to know what we are doing here and how we are doing it. Here we legislate, we make laws that govern this county of Kisumu, and we make also a budget for the county so that we can do development projects for the devolved functions like water, roads, and any other. And also, Mr. Speaker, I just want to bring to the attention, we are the watchdog of Wananchi in terms of what the county government is doing. We represent them and also get to guide the county government on what to do and prioritize on in terms of a development agenda. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much. I want you to welcome. Next, clerk.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
The next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
It is statement time. Next order.
Commencement of business. Order number 8, motion. Adoption of a report by Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries Development and Irrigation Committee on the committee study tour to Nairobi International Trade Fair by Honorable Eunice Alando. This is a continuation of business interrupted during the session of Wednesday, 25th September 2023 at 9 a.m.
Honorable members, I want to bring to your attention that that was a business in the morning session, but there was a call for quorum H when the mover had just been called to reply. So as per our standing order, we had to adjourn without putting question. But I'm not seeing Honorable Dede. Honorable Dede, you are not sitting in your place. So it becomes very difficult to spot where you are because you had been called upon to reply. But I want to give opportunity to any member who had not contributed, who want to contribute on that motion before I give an opportunity to Honorable Dede to conclude that business. Yes, sir. Honorable Beni Pete Oiko, Kabonyo Kanyagwa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this report is very informative and it is a report that can open our eyes on matters of agriculture in Kisumu County. And I would like also to give my little contribution on this report. Mr. Speaker, on this report, on page 8, the committee learned of some drought-resistant crop varieties, but that are useful to be planted during the drought time. Only what is missing here, we could have been given the names of these seeds that are drought resistant, because quite a number of companies produce them, and if we could be told the ones that have been tried in Kisumu County, it will be of a lot of help to us. Because, you know, in Kisumu County, in a larger part of Kisumu County, we miss rains for 6 to 8 months every year. So the crops that are drought resistant will be very good to our farmers. Mr. Speaker, on page 10, we are also told of capacity building and farmer training, which is very important for our farmers, and Maseno Agricultural Training Center used to offer this, but it looks like the program is no longer there. The committee is urging that this continues, and this will be very important for our farmers. If this program will be reactivated at Maseno, so that our farmers are taken for training there at intervals, they will improve on their farming activities and the yields will be remarkable, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on page 10, on the same report, they are talking about the organic farming. Mr. Speaker, it is coming up that the fertilizers that are being used by farmers, there are areas where some fertilizers have become not very productive because they don't, they cause damage to the soil. Because when there's little water in some areas, the soil becomes too hot and the crops don't do well. But it is being learned that the organic fertilizer improves the texture of the soil and it does no damage to the soil. So if a lot is done to our farmers so that they are enlightened, sensitized on the use of organic farming, our damage to our soil will be minimized. Though I know places with a lot of rain, like Nyaera, that will not be a problem. But in our place, we will prefer organic fertilizers because they hardly destroy the structure of the soil. Another matter that is also raised here on page 11, number 3, is the extension of agricultural areas that need to be improved for crop farming. Namthoi is mentioned, which is okay, but we need to get down to know from the Department of Agriculture and National Irrigation Authority what they want to do on this, because there are areas that need a lot of agricultural extension for rice farming and other crops. Places like Kobura Ward, Kabonyo Kanyagwal, they still have vast lands that should be expanded for irrigation purposes. So if this matter will be taken up with the department so that we get to know the plan the National Irrigation Authority has on this, and the Department of Agriculture and Irrigation also has for this, it will be of good use to our people, because as we talk now, the national government is talking of food security, expanding areas that are irrigable, that irrigation can be extended for the benefit of our people. And this one will economically empower our people, and there will be sufficient food in the country. I beg to so submit on this report, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable James Obolo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me to comment on the report. I have seen the recommendation of the Agriculture Committee, which is so elaborate and so precise, and would really make agriculture as a backbone of this county. Mr. Speaker, when we have food, everyone will be very comfortable at their homes, and this department should really take the recommendations of the Agriculture Committee seriously so that we move forward. Mr. Speaker, this county has a very huge resource called Sangoro Marine Fisheries Department. It's a huge resource which does so much in terms of research. It is a research station in terms of aquaculture, and I have a feeling that the county government of Kisumu has not made use of it adequately. We have a very big river, a very big lake here, which the Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Center at Sangoro can really help in terms of even bringing fingerlings to farmers and to restock the lake also. So this is a very huge investment which is done by the national government, but as a county, we have not made good use of it so that it can help. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, we have a menace in Nyakach in terms of livestock, and I've seen the recommendation of GPS enabled for farming in terms of irrigation or any other, but I want to make a recommendation that we can have a monitoring tool for our livestock across the border with Kericho. The clashes we are seeing in Nyakach, some of it is instigated by the movement of cattle from one side to the other, which is in most cases, we are the one losing cattle to Kericho County. If we can have GPS-enabled gadgets instilled in this livestock, we are able to monitor our livestock when they are crossing the border to the other side. And in fact, that can help us to recover as many as we can, and also bring to an end when we use technology to bring an end to that menace at the border with the Kericho. So I would really request the department also to look onto that. I don't think we only have Southeast Ward and North Nyakach Ward, which borders Kericho on the other side. If we can enable that with our livestock, which they steal every now and again, we will be able to curb this menace once and for all. Thank you. That was my contribution. I support the project.
Honorable Bill Ura.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm one of the members who went to the Nairobi show, and it was very informative. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that from what we gathered from the show, we realized that the assembly plays a very big role, that as members, we should give a lot to agriculture. Even in budget allocation, we should focus greatly on agriculture, because it is agriculture that feeds us. So I believe from the report, we can see how much agriculture is moving forward. Mr. Speaker, we learned a lot. We even realized that we have rice that can be done on dry. We don't have to do flooding system. That can even be done in other areas, not only in Kano Plains where that type of soil is. So we learned a lot, and I believe that we take the report seriously, and even the Department of Agriculture will take the report seriously, so that we help our people to even learn more. Because if you look at the agriculture show that normally happens, they have a timetable of how they operate around the country. If we can also have that within Kisumu County, within our wards, so that we don't put our people in great pressure and looking for such shows, so that if it is in Nyakach, in a particular ward, they know that after this, it will be done in another ward, so that our people get informed. They get to have the knowledge that we have. So, Mr. Speaker, I rise to support, and I believe members, we will also be examples in our wards, so that others can follow, because you realize that we act as examples in our ward. So let us practice agriculture, modern systems of farming, so that our ward members can also learn, so that we improve the food production in our county. I'm also happy that in Kisumu County, in as much as some of the things we are talking about here have not been done, I'm happy that the zip line, I'm told it is about to start the artificial insemination program, so that we also improve our breeds in Kisumu County and even increase milk production. I support.
Seems like switch off your microphone, Honorable. I want to call upon Honorable the mover of the motion, Honorable Samuel Dede, to reply. Thank you. You noted all the questions that were there in the morning, and any other that has been brought to your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to at least respond on the matters raised by the members. First of all, in the past session, a member was raising an issue concerning the Kisumu showground, the show which happened in Kisumu, lamenting that we are having a report for the Nairobi International show, yet we don't have the report from Kisumu, and we didn't attend. Kindly, I'm informing the member that the Agriculture Committee attended the Kisumu Regional Show, and even though the report has not yet been brought, but it's in progress, it will be brought. Members attended it as they attended the one from Nairobi. A member also talked of the issue concerning the goodwill. We see that the majority of us doesn't access to their farm inputs. Due to that, they are working by themselves. That's why the Committee of Agriculture and the executive at large are now coming up with an idea of formation of the cooperative societies, whereby if we group ourselves, then we can get the resources from the government. A member also raised an issue concerning that we do import rice from other parts of the other countries. Yes, we do import, but we also produce a lot from the Mwea irrigation scheme, the Aero irrigation scheme. We produce a lot of rice, whereby we have surplus for export. We export even rice to Uganda, and even to other parts, to DRC, we do export. Concerning the issue of companies, there was an issue that the companies are not based within Kisumu. A member raised that concern. Yes, not all the companies might be situated in a place. So long as we have the depots where we can get the seeds from. Not that we must have the company within us so that we provide the seedlings. Like the Kenya Seeds Company, the Simlo, we can just have their depots or the branches, whereby we get the seedlings. Concerning the drought-resistant crops, I think under the drought-resistant crops, a member raised an issue concerning that they are not being mentioned. If he goes clearly to page 8, which he was talking about, if he reads continuously, I think there are samples of the drought-resistant crop like the sorghum, millet, are mentioned in the report. Kindly, you can go through it well. A member who raised that concern. And the issue of GPS, yes, it can boost so that we see what happens in the neighborhood. But I'm urging our members, not only that we must have the GPS, but we must also learn to stay with our neighbors too. Likewise, from us, we come from the neighbors. I border the Nandi County, the Vihiga County. Yes, they also border the Kericho County. I think we should have a working relationship so that at least peace can be maintained within, even though we opt for the GPS too. Concerning the issue of new crops, it's well in this financial year where the county government of Kisumu and the budgetary allocation, we really worked tirelessly over the coming back of the Maseno ATC. We found that along other days before, we used to have our Maseno ATC providing for better crops, and it went down to some extent. Currently, I think most of the facilities we are getting from outside, we are going to get them from within Maseno ATC, whereby good breeds will we get from there. The organic fertilizers will be of our ATC, which will train our members on every activity they are going to undertake. With those ones, I beg for a reply. Thank you.
Honorable members, now that the Agriculture and Fisheries Livestock Development and Irrigation Committee did present their report on its study tour to Nairobi International Trade Fair Show, that was between 27th September 2023 to 2nd of October 2023. The report moved through a motion, was seconded, debated, and the reply made. So as per our standing order, I want to put a question, and I put that as many of the opinions that the committee report on its study tour to Nairobi International Trade Fair, starting 27th September 2023 to 2nd October 2023, as presented with the comments therein, be adopted. Say aye.
Aye.
As many of the contrary opinions say nay. The ayes have it, and the report by Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries Development and Irrigation Committee on the committee's study tour to Nairobi International Trade Fair as discussed with the comments therein have been adopted today, Wednesday, the 25th of October 2023 at 15:02 hours. And I want to direct that the recommendations therein be put into implementation. The committee of implementation to follow up. Next order.
Mr. Speaker and honorable members, there is no any other business to be transacted in the order paper.
Honorable members, there being no any other business in the order paper, the House stands adjourned until tomorrow, Thursday, the 26th of October 2023 at 2:30 p.m.